A lot of energy here in Nashville as 100,000 people were downtown today for the CMA Fest and Game 6. Well, right now that energy they hope to transfer onto the ice has turned to disappointment. And right here in the middle of the river, an example of the issue, debris and trash floating right where people like to play. Here in downtown, there's plenty of sidewalk to help people get around, but that's not the case everywhere. Like right here on Atlantic Avenue, where the city plans to spend more than $1 million installing sidewalks. Just in the last 20 minutes since we saw you, it's now jumped up to $17,000. Very close to that $20,000 mark in just a matter of hours.
Cell phones are a great tool for seeing everything that's happening in their child's life.
In Detroit, they throw octopus onto the ice. What do they throw in Nashville?
Guitars?
I would say a panther, but they can't throw a panther.
You can't bring a panther to the game. As Bridgestone Arena empties out here, you can feel people all day. The excitement has been building and building, just kind of like that lead you saw build tonight. Right, tomorrow is the first day that Gatlinburg will be back open to the public since these deadly wildfires. This windshield right here was clear about half an hour ago. Look at all this snow. A lot of what was snow is now ice. Many drivers here are still stuck. Blount County Sheriff James Barong has just arrived on the scene. Shortly before him, there was a police escort of a number of black SUVs bringing this deputy's family here to UT Medical Center. Liquor store owners like Bob Gilbertson hope consumers still choose to shop around and continue to visit his store. A turn in the trial for a Knox County stepmother charged with abusing her two stepsons. The eclipse drew thousands to East Tennessee, but depending on where you were, your view could differ drastically. Tonight, two scientists explain their favorite moments. Search is underway for sailors missing in the Pacific from the collision between a U.S. Navy warship and a civilian vessel. The Tennessee Hospital Association says it opposes the new GOP health care proposal. And again, city-county leaders say that, hey, the good thing in all this is that a lot of folks are going to be on spring break, so they're hoping that not so many people will be on the roadway. As the weather's gotten colder, TDOT now says they will take action to pre-treat roads here in East Tennessee. They're asking drivers to be aware of those crews. Representative Mary Littleton introduced a bill that would crack down on illegal opioid dealers and prescription suppliers. Students at Austin East took to the stage to celebrate Black History Month, but one local leader may have stolen the show. Tennessee's SEC tournament woes continued today. The Vols lost to Georgia by just 2 points. Building a house in 24 hours seems impossible, but one group is building a tiny home for one lucky veteran.
Like 1426 service from San Antonio, there is a carousel change.
Airports can be hectic places. For travelers on Southwest Flight 1379, the hustle and bustle is a relief. It's the first flight from Houston's Hobby Airport to Dallas since Hurricane Harvey. Their journey home is over.
On Monday, they started talking about we're probably going to have to be diverted, and then they woke us up Tuesday morning and said, we're going to go to Miami.
Donna Brown Patton's family was stuck at sea, watching Harvey wreck parts of Texas and Louisiana.
It was difficult to be on board with such posh surroundings, knowing that just right outside there are people struggling so much.
Travelers passing through Dallas aren't spared either. Right before you get to the baggage claim area, the rental car counter sits empty. Only a handful of cars left. That means the folks who don't have a reservation might not have a ride, and the people who do are paying a lot this weekend.
$516 for one day.
What do you think about that?
I think it's crazy. But we got no other choice now.
The Schaefer family trying to get home to Houston hasn't had much of a choice either.
Well, originally we were trying to rent a car and we were told there was no rental cars available at all. Thankfully I have a family, my brother's here. Otherwise we would be stranded in Dallas until we could get to Houston.
They'll drive home Sunday, and like all these travelers, are grateful to get closer to home. Aaron Wright, KHOU 11 News. A few weeks ago, we got an email from a grandmother about a speeding problem on Kingston Pike. See, this is Ruthie. These are her grandkids. And this is why they can't play in the front yard anymore.
This is it. And we're almost finished. And then we're going to try to clean up. But this is where the kids will play.
After a crash last year ended with a car in her front yard, Ruthie Coleman took action to keep her grandson safe.
I'm terrified for them to be up here. If we had not had the trees lining behind the bushes, the little girl in her car could have been dead.
KPD data shows over 1,000 wrecks between March of 2016 and February 2017 on a 10.5-mile stretch of Kingston Pike from Alcoa Highway to city limits near Pellissippi Parkway. If you look closer at the 2.25-mile stretch of Kingston Pike where Ruthie lives, there's been 67 crashes in a year.
That one possibly. Those two.
But for Ruthie, this is every day.
That one right there. Watch this one. She barely puts on her brakes.
Using a speed gun, we clocked a half hour of rush hour traffic and counted 16 cars going over 50 miles per hour, 2 going over 60, and even 1 driving 66 where the posted speed limit is 40. Crash data suggests speed isn't the only issue, but Ruthie believes there's a simple solution.
All I'm asking is for a flashing light.
But reaching that solution hasn't been easy. Ruthie has called and emailed city leaders. The city's Office of Neighborhood says they can't put traffic calming devices on a state route. TDOT leaders say they sympathize with Ruthie's concerns and say they'll look into options, but didn't offer a specific fix.
I am thankful that y'all came and proved my point. And maybe, just maybe, someone in the city will listen and come do something to slow these cars down.
Even a small change to cut speed on this street, Ruthie says, will make her feel safer and save lives. Pro Day, the place where Vols hope to impress NFL scouts and land a job working on Sundays. Before we get here, or here, there's work to do. Part of that Pro Day prep, Tennessee quarterback Josh Dobbs used the DJI drone to improve his passing.
It was great because I was able to film different viewpoints when we didn't have a camera.
The aerial perspective shows Dobbs and his trainers the things he needs to work on.
Footwork, ball placement, receivers were even able to watch it with their route running.
Those improvements are exactly what high school athletes at H3 Next Level Training in Carnes are working for.
Good, Blake. It's sometimes easier for them to see their mistakes than us telling them. You know, a father of 4 running down a ball, in the midair is not going to happen. But what we can do is we can have this drone be a safety for us in the sky to visualize what the quarterback is seeing now.
Coach Devin Driscoll helps athletes improve their passing, catching, and route running in hopes of landing a college scholarship.
Better. You use that plant in, push, create distance.
Webb School of Knoxville junior Hunter Green has his eyes set on playing at the next level.
A lot of Ivy League schools, Harvard, Princeton, Yale.
He says the drone has helped him improve the mental aspects of his game.
Recognizing defenses, knowing what defense they're going to be in, what they're going to do before they do it. 50% of the game I'd say is up here, maybe even more, honestly. And if you don't have it up here, you're not going to be able to play. So that makes your brain stronger, it helps you recognize things quicker.
Parents with drone video are using it on sites like Scout, TNGridiron.com, and Rivals to get their young athlete noticed.
If a university or school doesn't know about you, it's going to be hard for them to offer you a scholarship.
Drones aren't the only tech coaches at H3 are using. Everything from GoPros to phone apps are helping these players get an edge.
1, 2, 3, let's
go. That same edge Josh Dobbs worked to sharpen before April's NFL draft.
How'd it go today?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun to come out today, have an efficient day on the field.
Pittsburgh Steelers select Joshua Dobbs, quarterback, Tennessee.
And in that moment, the Pittsburgh Steelers showed the nation that Dobbs' hard work was enough to earn a spot backing up a 2-time Super Bowl champion in the Steel City. So if you want to film your own drone highlights, firstly, make sure you're in the right airspace, that you're 5 miles from an airport, and any people you plan on filming are involved in your drone film.